Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Freldren, and today, as you can see, I am back in Star Trek Online. Today I'm going to be going over the current event rewards. But first, as a reminder, you don't have much time left. Right now, it currently says 1 day, 17 hours, and 5 minutes. Right here it says 2 p.m. July 2nd. That's when the event ends. Now, this is 2 p.m. for me. Uh, I am in America, and this is Central Time. So convert that over to your time in Google there, so you can get proper time on that. If you haven't been doing it at all, you don't have any progress done, you can buy it with Zen. Um, Even if you do have progress, also you can buy it with Zen at a discounted price, depending on how much progress you've had. But yeah, let's go ahead and claim it. So I see I got the item itself. I got 30,000 dilithium ore, and then I got 3 featured TFO reward packs, or whatever these called. What do they call them again? Just featured TFO rewards. And these, yeah, these are pretty much the same as normal. I usually go with the upgrades, so I don't have to spend like the lithium on upgrading stuff. So yeah, let's just go ahead and grab all those. You can get specialization points if you're lacking on those, but you get those every time you level up after you've hit max level. So, all right, let's go ahead and open up these. All right, so we got 3 items. We got a console. We have a torpedo, and we have a beam array anti-proton. Now I'm going to go ahead and go up into space so I can give you the proper numbers on these, because right now, since I'm on ground, they will not give complete proper numbers, especially the weapons. So I'll be right back. Okay, all right. So now I'm up in space, so I can give you the proper numbers. I don't know why it still does this, but when you're on ground, it doesn't give you proper numbers, specifically for things like the weapons. It'll always give you a low number. Usually the consoles, it gives you the proper numbers, but for some reason, space weapons don't. I don't know why. But yeah, let's go over the console itself first. The console itself is called Kida's Promise. I haven't upgraded it. I want to show it as is out of the box. But yeah, here's the passive that you get from it. You get so you get plus 36% anti-proton damage, because the set deals anti-proton damage. Plus 5 current and maximum all subsystem powers. So that's pretty good. You get a little bit more subsystem powers and everything. Plus 80% power transfer rate, which is really good because transferring power from one system to another, especially if you're low on, you know, you're low on your weapon power, you can transfer pretty quick. Also, when you're coming out of whatchamacallit, hold on, let me close this. Keep getting the name of it. Full impulse. Duh. When you're using full impulse, you use up all your power. It kind of goes down. I believe, power transfer rate also helps increase that, goes back up faster. Plus, you also get a minus 15% to weapon power cost, which is good. Yeah. Okay. So, is that all? Yeah, I think that's all this console actually does, really, and it's not bad. It's not a bad console. Doesn't have a clicky ability. Some consoles do, some don't. That's fine. It doesn't. Now let's go over the beam array. It's Kida's control anti-beam array. More detail here. Again, I did not upgrade it. Comes standard with a damage times 3. That's a good one to have. All right, so beam array multiplied times over a few seconds, delivering energy damage with each pulse. 4 max. Targets foe, 10-kilometer radius, standard. 1 second recharge time, standard. 2 target, and this is with my current build on this ship. This is my test ship. I don't really have a lot of damage done on it. A lot of damage set up for it. I just got a couple of these anti-proton uh, things, so my tactical, so that gives me a little bit more. So this won't be exactly what you'll see if you have more anti-proton damage. This is also includes the anti-proton damage from the console too. So yeah. And there's no weapon power cost for to fire this. So that's pretty good. That allows all my other weapons to fire without any extra waste of energy from this one. So that's pretty nice. Especially if you're doing a full beam build, having this makes it so it costs you less to fire. And then again, torpedoes don't cost any weapons power. Okay. Now during ambush, after cloak, to target, -10. All damage resistance rating, 15 seconds. Is that standard on this? Is there something part of my ship that is saying that? Let me put it here for a second. No, it's not. Okay. A lot of that stuff from whatever abilities I have, so just ignore that part. So yeah, we got the. Bring this up. Oop, wrong button. Yay, I'm doing good today. All right. Okay, right here. So, no weapon power cost to fire, 10% chance, plus 10 all subsystem powers for 10 seconds. So that's pretty good. You're not costing anything to fire it, but you're also giving or have a chance to have more power for your other weapons. That's good. I like that. And obviously, your long range targeting, skill, weapon training, and energy weapon training will improve the damage. So that's pretty good. I like that. Definitely a good one to have. If you, like I said, if you're doing an all beam weapon build, that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and equip that. Let's go ahead and unequip this so I can get the proper stuff on this. All right. And this is the Kida's portal transphasic torpedo launcher. Comes with some accuracy and crit chance. Okay. All right. So, transphasic torpedoes have an additional 40% shield penetration. Torpedoes are high damage projectiles. They are effective against ship's hulls, but shields absorbs them, obviously. Due to the sheer speed that this torpedo travels at, the shield penetration is increased by 50%. Okay, so you get 50% shield penetration because this goes faster. Okay. It has a 90 degree targeting arc, 10 kilometers range, 10-second recharge. Not too bad for a torpedo. You can get that down with like consoles and stuff, so it's not too bad. Right now it does 4,899.1 kinetic damage, which is not too bad. Definitely could be higher if I had some consoles to increase that. Has a 20% chance to gain torpedo transport warhead 3 on hit. Okay, so transport warhead is normally a bridge officer ability where you can transport the torpedo directly into the ship that your foe, and it'll do a lot more damage. All right, so next torpedo gains 360 targeting arc, which is pretty good. 100% shield penetration. It's much better. It's double the first one. And 20% chance to knock a random subsystem offline. It's pretty good. After transporter, there will be a fuse timer of 2 to 6 seconds, depending on warhead type, before the detonation occurs. Okay. Additional effects vary based on torpedo type. All right, so this is transphasic. So if I guess, does this also include if I have like other torpedoes on? I think that's what it means. So if I have other torpedoes on my ship, if that is the next one to fire, it gains this ability. So that's pretty good. So it doesn't. It's not just this torpedo. It's another one. Okay. Um, this also has. Let's see. Okay, it has the plus 10 accuracy rating and plus 4% crit chance. I like that. It's pretty good. Also, these come with a set bonus. It's got a 3-piece. All right. So we got regenerative drain amplifier. Causes drain abilities to heal your starship hull. Okay, that's pretty good. So instead of just draining them and making it so they have no power and you get power, they lose hull and you gain hull. That's good. I like that. All right, so having 3 pieces gives you a clicky ability called Devil's Kiss. Affects foes 5 max, 5 kilometer sphere. Has a 30-second recharge time. To the target, 83.3 AT proton damage every second for 10 seconds. Every second to target, minus 15.8 all power system every second. Okay, that's not too bad. You do a little bit of damage to them and you drain their power systems. Okay. Now, let's see. To self, increase current subsystem levels by 3 every second. After 10 seconds, releases excess energy in an explosive manner, dealing 1.1 anti-proton damage and knocking back nearby enemies. Now, I don't know if this is like proper. I think this might not be the exact numbers. We'll see when we test them out. Causes drain abilities to heal your starship hull. This part of 2, I don't know why it says it right here again. Let's see, activating an exotic damage ability grants 4% firing cycle haste for energy weapons for 10 seconds. Okay, not too bad. Definitely have to look at that, see what that actually does. Sounds like it could be useful or kind of a something, whatever it'll be. We'll find out. All right, so let's go ahead and equip that, and I will go ahead and do a quick patrol here to show it off. All right, so I am in a Romulan patrol. Figured it'd be easy. I'm not really set up to do any of the bigger patrols, and I want to just kind of give you an idea and a visual on these weapons. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and go after this Talon battleship, and let's see. Let's go ahead and just beam array. All right, doesn't look too bad. I do like the look of it. Not doing a lot of damage, but also, as you can see, I am not using any weapon power, which is good. And yeah, let's go ahead and deactivate that, and let's try out the torpedo. All right, fires 2 torpedoes there. Going back up a little bit more. Go ahead and fire those again. Decent damage, not bad. All right, let's go ahead and test out this console. Now, I'm draining them, I believe, and I am healing my hull. As you can see, the numbers are going up. There you go, and at the end of it, it exploded, did quite a bit of damage. Not bad, I like that. That's pretty good. It's like kind of an emergency ability. It's always good to have emergency abilities, especially like if you're playing a tank, or maybe if you're DPSing and you don't have much in the way of tanking. So you need a little extra heals, and it does damage, so that's pretty good. Not too bad. Now let's see. Is there anything else I need to show off about this? I don't think it really is much. Let's go ahead and just use some amplifying abilities. You can kind of see how it looks. Doesn't look too bad. Go ahead and take this one out. Let's just back up again. Get big torpedo on there. Alright, not too bad. Does some decent damage. And I'm only using, one beam array and a torpedo right now, so surprisingly doing a decent amount of damage. Have both those going at once so you can see them. Oh, and right there popped up that number right there. That is the transport torpedo warhead. This part of the torpedo. That's pretty good. There it goes again. Doing a lot of damage. There we go. Go ahead and click this ability again. So I'm absorbing all the energy from these guys. And if I kind of stand still here, make sure I'm not going to die. There we go. That's a good size pushback. Did a little bit of damage. Healed myself while doing it. Pretty good. I would say this is a pretty good set. It's both good for DPS and for tank. The weapons for DPS and the console for tank. Or not the console, but the 3-piece set. The Draining Kit, or Devil's Kiss. So, not bad. Let's go ahead and just finish these guys off, and I will get back to you. Alright, so, my final impressions on this set. I think the set is pretty good. Having a weapon that doesn't cost anything to fire, and also making it so your other weapons have more power to fire. That is a plus. The torpedo's not too bad. You get a free transport torpedo warhead. That can come in handy. It goes right through the shields. 100% damage instead of 50% damage. Directly to the hull. The console itself, it gives a bit of anti-proton damage, so you increase that. Gives you +5 to all your power systems. Power transfer rate's good. And the minus 50% power cost for weapons. Overall, that is pretty good. This is a good console. It's a good set. If you finally tune it, and if you're doing anti-proton, it'd be a good addition to a set. It's got a little bit of tankiness, or like a tanky ability with the the 3-piece set. It does some damage. It drains the target's energy. It increases your energy levels, and then at the end, it does a big burst damage and pushes them back away from you. I say that is a decent tanky ability, like a just in case. But yeah, I think overall decent set. Most of the sets I've seen throughout my time playing, most of them they're pretty good. But this is actually one of like the top tier ones because of that extra survivability from this console and the no weapon power cost from the weapon itself. The torpedo itself, it's a decent torpedo. Trans-facing torpedoes are always pretty good. Then getting that free transport torpedo warhead is good. And yeah, overall, pretty good. And I think that's about it for this video. So thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment down below. Tell me what you think. And I'll see you next time. Bye.